Hey everybody and welcome back to the show called MailTime. This is a show where I give feedback on your web design project. So for all the new subscribers on the channel, a warm welcome inside of the community. The Living with Pixels community is growing super fast and I'm very thankful. So there will be a lot of people who have never seen this show. So in short, you can send an email to me and I will give feedback live here on this show. That means that everybody can see your project and that even other people than me can give you feedback on your work. So let's get started. This is the page, by the way, with the instructions for the show. So if you're excited after the show and you also want feedback on your work, of course I can't cover every email. I just cover a few emails, so you have to be a little bit lucky. But here are the instructions on this page. I will put this link in the description. So send an email to feedback@livingwithpixels.com. Tell me what kind of feedback you want. Don't just say, I want feedback on everything, because that's gonna be a little bit too much. Say, I want feedback on the visual and on conversion. Or I want feedback on the user experience design. And maybe tell me your age and where you're from, because that's always nice to know. Okay, and before I'm gonna click on the first email, I wanna cover one comment on the previous episode of MailTime. So if you scroll down, this is the previous episode. And Ashland said that I mispronounced theme or theme. I don't even know how to pronounce it. So I said to her, how should I pronounce it? And she said, the way you don't change. So I still don't know how to pronounce that. So for the people that don't know, I am from Europe. I am from the Netherlands. So English is not my first language. So if I make a mistake here and there, then you know why. All right, let's get started with the first email. And the first email is from Paul. He actually sent his email this morning. So he's very lucky, because you never know when I'm gonna record a video. So let's click on Paul's email. Hi, my name is Paul. I'm 14 years old from Scotland. Wow. Who enjoys making sites in his free time? The site that I'm sharing with you for feedback is Gamezo.co.uk, a gaming news and review site that I started last year. Would you be able to give feedback on the user experience? I would like it to be very easy to use and feel natural. Okay, so this is a good email. He followed the instructions. So let's click on his website and see what he has created. By the way, I like his little email footer that he has going on here, but he's calling himself a CEO. I'm not really sure about that. Because I think to call yourself a CEO, you have to have a board in your company. A founder is not the same as a CEO, I believe. So I don't know about that. Ads help run this site. Okay, so this is his website. Gamezo. Or Zo. Very easy and simple. Okay, so you want the user experience to be very easy and simple to use. Let's scroll a little bit. He has a lot going on in his menu bar over here. And this is a big slide with a lot of blog posts. So let's just scroll. Latest news, entertainment. Okay. League of Legends, Fortnite. So he actually has a lot of recent blog posts. So that is nice. The website is very active. Editor's pick, reviews. He has a sidebar over here. Join our newsletter. Features. There's a lot going on this website. It's a lot. Look at this. He has 4 columns, and within these columns he has 4 blog posts. And then there is the footer. Okay, so the whole page, the whole homepage is nothing more than just a bunch of blog posts with thumbnails. Let's click on featured, for example, or features. Okay, so this is a different page. Let's click on a game, for example. See how that page looks. Okay, so that is similar. He has a left sidebar and a right sidebar over here. Okay, so let's first talk a little bit about the design. I think the design is pretty good. It's simple, nothing too fancy. But if we're talking about experience, then I would say the experience for this website is a little bit overwhelming. I mean, I get that you have a lot of blog posts that you want to show. But for example, this slider, there are 5 blog posts in this slider. And before I've read all the titles and looked at all the thumbnails in this slider animates. And there's already a lot going on this website. So I'm not really sure about this slider animation. I mean, it's nice that you see that there's more. But I would say on a website like this where there's so much content, please give me some time to read and discover the content that I want to click on, because this is just too much for me to consume. I need to have a little bit more time to look at the blog post. And also then if you scroll down over here, there are 4 columns, and I do understand that this is a content website, right? It's not a business website, but it's just a lot. And a little mistake that I see over here is that here your date is under the image, and normally it's just under the title, and that makes it a little bit more cluttered. So I don't know if you can change that, but I would say put the date under the title always, or just make the title a little bit smaller or shorter in text. And also over here starts the sidebar, but on the top of this sidebar I think there's something here that needs to display. Maybe there's an ad over here, but on my screen it doesn't show on top, and I don't have ad blocker on right now. So yeah, I think this is my overall feedback. It's just a little bit too much. I think the thumbnails and the titles and everything, that's okay. The colors and the white space, but it's just a lot on my screen. I have a 13-inch screen and there's almost no spacing on the left and on the right over here. And you also have to make sure that people that are viewing your website on a laptop don't feel too locked up in your website, right? So what I would do on this website is not just preview all the blog posts within those categories, but maybe just make a big blog on your homepage where you try to get them to these specific pages instead of showing the blog posts within those categories. Maybe just put a big blog over here that says go to a specific page, and then Call of Duty, CSGO, and Dota 2, so that you give the user an option to click and choose instead of just being bam, here's all the content and that's it. So I hope that you found this feedback helpful. And now let's go to the next email. And the next email is from Lucas or Laukas. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. My name is Laukas and I own a digital marketing agency here in Canada. I would love to have your feedback on our website coming from a perspective of a client. Our bounce rate is pretty high, and we really like to increase our conversion rate for potential clients. Okay, so bounce rate means the rate in which people visit your website and then leave immediately. So if you have a bounce rate of 50%, that means 50% of the people that visit your website leave within, I don't know, a few seconds. So if your bounce rate is low, then that's a good thing, right? So we're gonna click on luckyelement.ca. Okay, so he has a big header. Welcome to Lucky Element Media, the digital marketing services. Okay, he has pictures in the background over here of nature and clouds. He has a web shop. I want to see what's in this store, but let's just scroll first. Lucky Element Media is your one-stop shop for digital. Okay, graphic design. They do graphic design, videography. Okay, that's nice. That looks very nice. Let's scroll. They do photography. Very beautiful. Super nice. Wow. Very great. Web design. Okay. Visit our services page to view all the digital marketing services we offer and our client work. So we're going to click on services, and here we will also see his portfolio, I guess. Let's just see. Graphic design. Yeah, we already saw that on the homepage. Oh, real estate marketing. Oh, photography and cinema. Okay, for marketing. Okay. There was no client work. Oh, here, few hour work. Okay, so they have photography. They do photography for real estate marketing. This is pretty nice. Videos. They also do videos. Wow, those houses. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, they also do. Okay. So if you go back to the services, one thing that I see already is that you don't really separate services from the markets you work for. So real estate, that is a niche, that is a market that you help with photography, video, maybe even web design and graphic design, but that's a market. Sound production, that's not a market. Web design, photography, these are all not markets. So if you separate your services page from the markets you serve, then it will be much clearer for anybody that visits this website to understand what you do. And also on your homepage, you said you can see the client work on the services page. The services page should just be the services page, right? So if you make a page with portfolio, then it's pretty obvious to put all your portfolio items on that page. And of course you can link from your services page to your portfolio page, but don't say on your homepage that the client work can be found on the services page, because that's not the case. Our clients, this is nice. That's a big social proof. That's super nice. And also what I think is a big thing here is that you offer a lot of different things, and it's very hard to sell yourself if you offer a lot of different things, because I don't even know how big the team is. Let's see if there is an about page. Oh, luckily there is. There's an about page, but I want to see photos. Who's the team? Oh, here is the team. Okay. Oh, this is Lucas and there's Jake. Okay, there's two young boys that have an agency together. Pretty cool. So yeah, it's cool that you can do all of these things, right? That you can do photography and video. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do all of that, but I'm just saying you're making it harder for yourself, because what do you offer, right? And if you really want to offer full service, that's okay, but then your cases should be full service cases and not just screenshots of graphic design and a screenshot of a video. So how do you help a company? How do you help them with full service? So let's say that there is a company, a real estate company for example, and they have a problem. Their marketing online is bad. So then you can create a portfolio item and be like, hey, we worked together with this company, we created their graphic design, we created a video for them, and we created photography, and in that way their online marketing was better, they were really happy with it, and that is then one case in your portfolio, because that's what you sell full service. Otherwise it's not very smart to offer a lot of services, right? I only offer web design on my portfolio, so that's very clear. You can only pay me to create a website for you, but you guys do a lot of that, so your cases should be just that. Now let's go to the store and see what you actually can buy in the store, which I also don't understand, because yeah, I mean I don't really like this, because if you're a designer, you're not selling templates, and maybe there are businesses that want this. I'm not saying that you will not sell anything from here, and maybe, you know, for example, real estate companies just want a simple flyer and they are okay with your template, but that's not really full service. That's more being like a template seller. So what is the thing that you're actually offering? Do you actually create a brand identity for them? Or do they just pick a few things in the web shop and then put it in their cart and then they pay you? I'm not really sure about it. I mean, how can you know the price, for example, for a business card or for a website? Let's see if they have prices for the website, because that would be very interesting. Graphic design, videography, real estate marketing. Oh, they have a package. That is nice, I guess. Where's the web design category? Wait a second. Website. I want to see website. Okay, so you cannot buy a website in the store. Okay, that's good, because otherwise I would really question the quality that you can deliver for a client. And also, talking about conversion, when you visit a homepage, you welcome people. That is nice. The digital marketing services you need in your element. It's a little bit basic, but in the background, it's just waves and there is a mountain. Like, why? That doesn't really help with the conversion. You want to show what you do. Maybe put a few pictures on the background of you working for the client. I mean, if they click on the about page, they will see it's very hard to hide that. So why not go all in and be like, hey, we're two young dudes. We can do a lot of things for your business. We did that for this business. We did that for this business. And that's just what we do. That is straight up, instead of the whole homepage being very impersonal and just very about almost selling template kind of work. And I'm not saying the work is not custom, but especially when you have a card, right? You have a web shop, then it can feel for your client that you don't really create something custom for them. And that maybe hurts your conversion the most, because you want to give your clients the feeling that you create something custom for them. That is what having an agency is. It's not just selling templates, because otherwise, why don't you start a template website for real estate companies, right? And I do understand that you don't just sell a template, right? You make it a little bit custom, but you get what I mean. There's a big difference between having a shop and doing custom work for clients. And I know this feedback is not black and white feedback. It's not very easy to implement, but that's what I think is the main thing that you guys need to work on. Okay, and the next email is from Linoi. So Linoi is 25 years old, from Israel. My site is in Hebrew, not sure if it's okay. Well, maybe I can use Google Translate. My design style is clean, if possible minimalist, and even quite colorful. Okay, it took me a long time to figure out what kind of site I wanted in terms of design, but in the end I decided to take my site in a slightly different direction. Until now, no matter what site I went to, I did not get to see a site similar to mine. So I guess you could say my site is a little bit different in the landscape. That's nice. So far I've seen sites that usually all have a certain template, and I wanted to get out of it a bit. Okay, so I'm very curious now. Just to make it easier, menu, right to left on the site. Portfolio is 4 categories. My site. Would love to get your feedback if possible. Okay, so we're gonna click on it, and then first I'm gonna translate it because I cannot read this. Okay, so let's click on the translate. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, so this is the website. First of all, it's not secure, so I would say go to your hosting provider and make sure your website is secure, because that is not really professional. But let's see. Linoi graphic design. He has this sidebar over here. You can WhatsApp him, you can contact him. Articles, recommendations, about portfolio. Oh, okay, so there is different services. Let's scroll down and see. Want to hear details? Okay, so this is a translation, so I'm not going to be very picky on the copy here, but why would I leave my email here and a message before I've actually... It's the second part of your website. I think that's a little bit too quick, to be honest. Okay, let's see his portfolio, website design and construction and landing pages. That is a portfolio. This is a logo design. Let's see, print design, design for social works. Okay, recommendations. Oh, so recommendations are more like testimonials here. That is nice. That is super nice that he has recommendations, even with pictures of his clients. That is, that's awesome. Okay, and here is the footer. So how would you like to talk? Phone, email, full name, remarks. Okay, so here's his Facebook page in an embed. So he wanted his design to be different from the rest. Let's see, let's click on something. Okay, so it's a one pager. Oh, no, it's not a one pager. The recommendations scroll to another page. And this is the about page, a little bit about me. Okay, so this is her. Oh, it's her. Linoi, it's a her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wow. The chief designer at a advertising and marketing firm for fitness businesses. I like this text, by the way, because it's a little bit longer than on most about websites. I mean, we are on the about page, so why not put a little bit more text to get to know you a little bit better? I mean, I should not put this much text on your homepage, but she didn't do that, right? But on the about page, this is perfect because I want to know you. If I was a client, of course. My hobby as a girl was Photoshop, building websites, ready-made codes. Okay, so first of all, she didn't really say what she wanted feedback on, but her whole email is about being different than the other websites, right? She wanted a clean website, but also quite colorful. Well, I don't think it's very colorful. I think it's more like a more like soft colors, right? I mean, this header is super colorful, but the rest of the website is more like soft colors, but I really like that. Let's click on portfolio. Let's scroll down. Okay, so here's the portfolio. Let's click on one of the websites because I'm interested in websites, of course. Website design and construction and landing pages. Oh, okay. So first of all, this looked like it's just one project. And I get, if I read the title over here, it says pages, so that is more than one. But this just seems like one project instead of different projects. That was not really clear for me. Let's scroll down. Okay, so there is wait a second, is there even more behind this? Oh no, now we're gonna go to one of her actual projects that she made for a client. Okay, so that is nice. Landing page for a dog. What is this? Okay, that's cute. Okay, it's really hard for me to view the website in mirror view because I'm so used to seeing all the text on the left. Okay, but let's focus right now on her website because she wanted to be different. So what I think is nice about your website, by the way, where is the homepage? There's no homepage. That's something that you should add because now I need to retype the URL. But what is different in this website is that it's not your basic logo on the left and the menu, right? This is a center aligned menu. Then there is a big header, which says graphic design, by the way. She does more than graphic design, but that's just the header. Then there's this email sign up form, which I don't really understand as the second part of the homepage. And then there's the portfolio. And the fonts also are a little bit basic, but maybe that's because of my translation that it just looks really different. So this is really hard for me to give feedback, but what I can see is things like spacing, things like colors. And I do think that it's a little bit different from most other websites, but you know what it is with trying to be different? If you're trying to be different, that's fine, right? But a lot of things in web design are already figured out, and sometimes we want to be different so bad that we actually create something that can be confusing for the user, because there is a reason why the basic structure of most websites are the same. And it is because people are used to it. And I get it, you are a creative professional and you want to be different, but things like spacing, like, I mean, look at this footer. And I hope that this is not because of the translation, but the spacing over here, it's so small. It's not even 10 pixels to the top of this footer, and then there's a lot more spacing over here, right, than over here. If you look at this is a very small text and this is a longer text. I mean, I get it because it's a testimonial. There is a little bit of spacing from this portfolio section to the recommendation. This is maybe 30 or 40 pixels, and then if you scroll up, there's a lot more spacing from the header to this part, and a little bit of spacing from the email sign up form to the portfolio. And those kind of things are not the things you want to be different in, because it's just creating hierarchy for the eyes of your visitors, right? And the same with this email form. If people visit your website, do they really want to hear more details? I mean, that's the goal of the website, right? If they then want to contact you, you should just have a very clear contact page, or maybe put this in the footer if they want to get more information, which you already have. You already have this form over here. This feels a little bit needy to put that at the second part of your homepage, because I first want to explore, I want to see your work, right? Let's click on this contact, by the way. Okay, so there's also a contact over here. So it's super easy to contact you, even with WhatsApp and with Facebook. So is there really a need to have this on your homepage as the second thing? Is that how you want to be different? I'm just not sure. It is sure different, but I'm not sure if that is the right thing to do. Let's check the articles page real quick. So, okay, so she also has a blog. That is pretty nice. Maybe you should put a preview on your homepage so people can click to this page. And also for this header, like the header is so big, and if I go to an articles page, I want to see articles, right? So maybe make the header a little bit smaller on those sub pages. On the home page, that's okay to have a huge header, but do you really want to use so much space on your articles page where people want to read articles, right? You need to scroll down to actually see the articles. So this is another example where you should question being different, right? Is this really useful for the user? I don't think so. So I think that I've covered my main point. Maybe test this website with a few of your potential clients or people that you know. Just let them click through the website and see how they respond. Can they find things? Do they know on what page you're on, right? Because right now I'm on articles and I can see that in the URL bar over here, but I cannot see that in the menu. And that's also one of those things that is nice to know on what page you are, right? So maybe you want to add an active state in the menu. And yes, that's not original, but it's very useful. And to be honest, this is a very hard portfolio for me to give feedback on because it is so different, but I hope that you found some value in my feedback, and sorry that I thought that you were a boy. So that's it already for this episode. So I want to cover more emails. If you guys want me to make these episodes even longer, then I can do that. And I can open maybe 4 emails. I don't want to make these episodes too long, so please tell me what you guys want in terms of length. Now for the next episode, if you want feedback on your work, you can send it to feedback@livingwithpixels.com. Make sure you read the instructions on the page. Again, that link is down in the description. For the new people, I hoped that you liked this new show. Well, actually, it's new for most people, but there are already a few episodes. If you want to watch other episodes of MailTime, there is a playlist. I will also link that in the description of this video. Or you can just click on my channel and then there's a playlist called MailTime. You can see the other episodes if you want to be inspired by other people's projects, because it's really nice for me. I always get inspired by other people's work. So thank you for watching, and then I hope to see you in the next episode.